I want to move on to another issue. We've talked a bit about gender stereotypes and some of the issues around safety. We touched before on confidence and self-esteem, and those are such important issues. As we all know, it's hard for anyone else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So luckily we have some extremely confident students joining us from the UK, girls from the Mulberry School and the Elizabeth Garrett Anderson School, both of which you visited, Mrs. Obama,
Hi,
on
ladies.
your trips to London. Hi. Ruth Wilson,
Hi.
the award-winning star of Showtime's The Affair, I'm obsessed with that show, we can talk about the plot later, Ruth, is with those students right now. Ruth, I know that you think self-esteem is an important and not just frivolous issue in this discussion. Why? Why does it matter to you?
Yeah, I was just talking to the girls earlier, and I was saying that as a kid, I was a major blusher. I mean, I blushed all the time. When I was at school, I was asked questions, and I'd go beetroot red. But I had in my core this very strong sense of self-belief that was built from my family, a very supportive family. It was built from having 3 older brothers that I needed to keep up with and would refuse to be left behind. And it was built from an amazing education that allowed me and encouraged me to discover who I was and what I believed. And it also gave me these skills that I needed to communicate my thoughts, my values, and my dreams. And I felt, as an actress and someone else, I kind of decided that core of some self-belief, it gave me the courage to stand up and say to my mum and dad at 21, I want to be an actor. It gave me the resilience to keep learning and keep growing and keep trying when I was rejected for endless auditions and other things in my life. And it gave me the strength to stand up for things that I really believed in, both inside the industry and outside. And essentially, that sense of self-belief has enabled me to do the job that I've always dreamed of doing. So for me, self-confidence and self-empowerment is vital to having a voice in your life and in the job that you choose. And I'm sitting next to a deeply inspiring young woman, Aisha. She is president of the Feminist Society at her school, and she's also just participated in Women of the World Festival, where she spoke out about inspiring young women. So I'm going to hand over to Aisha.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Obama. Thank you for letting us take part in this discussion. I'm Aisha Begum, I'm 17 years old, and I am a proud British feminist. So self-empowerment is very important. The world spends so much time telling us who we can't be and what we can't do. There is a need for strong self-belief to push back against the pressures, and we need to realize all the potential that we have. I find empowerment in my education. My school is a place where I can explore who I am and develop my beliefs. I am chair of our school's Feminist Society, and I work with our wonderful school staff to help design programs with guest speakers so that we can learn about what's possible from other successful women. I was at Mulberry when you came to visit, Mrs. Obama, and I was so moved by what you had to say to us. You told us about your start in life and how it was extremely similar to ours. You described how you had grown up in a neighborhood a lot like this one. We learned a lot that day, and most importantly, we learned that girls who go to school in London have a duty to utilize the skills and opportunities that we are given and make a stand for all the sisters around the world who are denied a right to education. We face our own challenges going to school here in the city, believe it or not. Tower Hamlets is one of the boroughs that has a lot of deprivation in it. However, we are fortunate enough to have access to a high-quality education in schools that nurture our confidence and creativity as well as our academic achievement. 62 million girls around the world are unfortunately denied an education. Mulberry and Elizabeth Garrett Anderson have been given a gift, and your visit, Mrs. Obama, inspired us to share that gift with girls across the world. After your visit, the student body worked very hard to work out how we could support Let Girls Learn. We came up with an idea. In April 2017, we will be launching a girls' leadership camp called Girl Leading. This is a residential event to bring together a community of girls from across the UK. Many will be from disadvantaged backgrounds. We will help them learn self-confidence and become effective leaders. At Girls Leading, campers will apply their leadership skills to support the work of Let Girls Learn. in increasing the access to education for all girls around the world. Mrs. Obama, is this what you had in mind when you came to visit Mulberry?
Oh my goodness, that is, yes, absolutely. You all have exceeded my expectations. And let me just say that my visits to both of your schools, oh, I love you all so much. I've been following everything you've done. You all touched my heart in a way that I can't imagine. Your stories, all of your stories, and my time with you was also a part of what helped to shape Let Girls Learn and to help me envision this sort of worldwide community of strong women and girls helping each other and doing things like developing leadership programs and raising awareness about the plight of girls around the world who can't go to school, and being powerful voices and individuals in their own right to be able to stand up in their schools and in their families and their communities and have a voice and push an agenda forward. So I am so proud of all of you, amazing young women. And this is really part of the point of Let Girls Learn. We have the power as women and girls right now today to change the circumstances for these millions of girls around the world. We all have a voice. We all have the ability to develop leadership opportunities or find ways within our own lives, in our own schools, and our communities to have an impact on this issue. And if at the very least, we take care to make sure that we're doing everything we can for ourselves as individuals to be strong, prepared, educated, outspoken, confident young women, to continue to work on ourselves every day and do it without apology, without embarrassment, to invest in ourselves as women and to continue to do that throughout our lives. Older women like us, sometimes we have to remind ourselves that it's okay to invest in us, to invest in our health, to invest in our continued growth, to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones. We were not put on this earth just to be good mothers or good wives. We were here to be good citizens and good individuals. And that takes investment. And I want girls to start practicing that at a very early age, not being so selfless that they can't look out for themselves. So to all of you there, thank you. Thank you for being that inspiration for me. You should look at what you've done. Let Girls Learn has now raised millions of dollars. It's having an impact. And look at what we're doing here. We are having a worldwide conversation with young women around the globe. This was a vision, and I'm so grateful to Cindy and to the Glamour team for making this happen. This is just a taste of what we can do. Young girls, as Yara said, we have access to social media. We've got Skype. We have all of these tools. Use them. Use them to educate yourselves and to reach out to girls around the world. Don't just Snapchat what you're eating. Use that tool to impart knowledge, right? To share wisdom, to just share your stories and spread the word. Because this conversation should lead to millions of conversations just like this happening around the world forever. This is the beginning of something huge. So I know we can do it, and I know it's something that I'm going to spend the rest of my life working on. So I'm going to need a lot of soldiers out there like all of you to help me make this happen.